this language on the face of this very the Igbo language. And that's how I'm going to pray. Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla anyị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla anyị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị Igbo wee tuo gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ nna nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịghị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. N'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu, ọ bịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ gị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt kwetu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile. N'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị, anyị onwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile, anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị na-efe nwa akpụ isi ala nye, ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụghị ikuni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi mara onye bi ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise.
Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from every part of the world, wherever part of the world you are joining me from, thank you so much. Thank you and God bless you. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Always remember to go to the comment section after watching the video. Put down your comments. Write whatever you feel is your contribution on the comment section. Put it down. That is the place we learn from each other. Nobody knows it all. We learn from one another, and from there we can be able to improve on where we are making mistakes. The message we are preaching, as you all know, is a message of peace, message of love, and message of hope. As you all know, today is the 66th day of our prayers. If you have not started and joined the prayer, please kindly start and join the prayer, because the miracles have already started. The miracle of the prayer have already started, as you can see. If you have not joined that prayer, please kindly start. Today is the 66th day. Psalm 66 today. Read the psalm and pray on your own. Pray for our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for your freedom. Pray for Biafra. Pray for Oduduwa. Pray for everyone that is legitimately looking for freedom in that country called Nigeria. Let us continue to pray. That is the assignment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us. And while we are praying, we will continue to reach out to every other person out there in the southern part of Nigeria to create that unity. That is what we need. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu laid the foundation of that unity. And we have to continue to hold on that unity, to unite with our brothers from Oduduwa land. Let us unite with them, support them. Injustice against one is an injustice against all. You can see everything that is happening, that these Janjaweed are against us. They against the Southerns. I am just very sorry for those of them who think that it is just about Sunday Igboho, or it is just about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or the struggle is just about Oduduwa, or just about Biafra. It is not just about us. It is about you. It is about you and your own life. If you do not want your freedom, don't worry. They are going to take it for you. But for those of us who want our freedom, we are going to take our freedom, and nobody's going to seize it from us. It doesn't matter what they do. We will continue to speak out, continue to say it the way it is. They cannot stop us. They can't stop us. You can see their message they are preaching out there. Their message of fake unity. The message of fake one Nigeria. Nigeria has never at any time been one. Nigeria has never been one at any time. You know it, I know it, that Nigeria has never been one and can never be one. How can you be able to tell me that the northern part of Nigeria and the southern part of Nigeria can be one? They can. In as much as we have some few people in the northern part of Nigeria who believe in what we are talking about. And more especially, most of them are Christians, not Muslims. But for the issue of the religion, most of the people, majority, about 99.9% of those who are in the north who are Muslim, we prefer to have an Islamic nation than having a secular state. This is a very important argument that you have to put in your head at all times. When you see people coming out to tell you that when you create the country, how can you be able to divide the country? When you divide it, then before they go to Kano, they will use a visa to go to Kano. These people are liars, blatant liars and deceivers. They are deceivers. How can you be happy to go to a Kano where you cannot be able to practice your secular government properly? The earlier we stop this pretense, the better for us. The earlier we stop it, the better for us. You see the elites, they are not there for your own good. They are not there for my good. They are not representing us properly. They know that we are not one people and we cannot survive together. Because the people in the northern part of Nigeria have a different ideology. Those of us in the southern part of Nigeria have a different ideology. We cannot live together. We can't live together. We cannot live with people who call us infidel and say we should be killed simply because we are not of the same religion with them. We cannot be able to stay with people who are practicing a different kind of constitution in a country that is supposed to be a secular country. In our own side, in the southern part of Nigeria, I have always said it, we have Christians and Muslims in the same family and they live happily without trouble. But it is not the same in the north. Once you become a Christian in the northern family in the north, it becomes a suicide mission. They will make sure they take your life. How do you expect these two to work together? How can water and oil mix together? It doesn't matter how you shake it. It will always separate. And you can see it from everything that is happening in Nigeria on a daily basis. You see it that these people are not the same people. They not have something different they are pursuing. Why the Satanists have different things they are pursuing? Why don't you allow these people to go their separate ways? Each time people come and begin to talk about the most populated African country in the whole world, what is the benefit? The only benefit in that population is death, hunger, intimidation. That is the only benefit you have in such countries. Why don't you break it up? Break it up into pieces so that every ethnic group will be on their own, have their own nation, be able to develop themselves. That is what we are crying for. That's what we're asking for, because this nation is not one. The politicians can continue to pretend from today to tomorrow. When you go to the street, go out there to the street and talk to people. When you listen to what people are saying in the street, you know that this continent is not the same thing. Just in this very incidents of Abba Kiere's arrest, in this incidents of Abba Kiere's fraud that have been exposed, Abba Kiere, who has been killing people for a very long time, and the government closed the blind eyes if they didn't know what is happening, simply because he's from the north. And today, the United States have bring up this case to us to see with very credible evidence that everybody can see. But yet, you see people in the north supporting Abba Kiere simply because he is Abba Kiere from the north. They are supporting him. Not just people supporting him from the north. You see those slaves from the south who are benefiting from the northern criminality still supporting Abba Kiere. The only thing that makes them to support that criminality is because of that contraption called Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't support anything good. If you're a good person, Nigeria will make sure that they kill you and put you under the carpet. But when you are a terrible person, Nigeria will lift you up and celebrate you. That is the situation we find ourselves. That is why you will see celebrities, you see governors, you see elites, people who are supposed to be responsible, talking on behalf of Abba Kiere, pleading on behalf of Abba Kiere, calling Abba Kiere innocent, even giving him accolade, saying they're not going to extradite him. But the funniest thing that if Abba Kiere were to be a Southerner, they are not going to think twice about it. They will extradite him. You can see in so many other cases that happened in Nigeria. There was once a time when somebody from the southern part of Nigeria was killed for drug offense that he did not commit. Every other person who was involved in that drug offense was freed in Asia. They freed them. Some other African country, they came and freed them. But the person from Nigeria, simply because he's from the southern part of Nigeria, the government of the day did not listen to him. They killed the innocent man who is not involved. The innocent young man who was not involved in drugs was killed in Asia, because the government turned a blind eye because he is from the southern part of Nigeria. But that same offense was committed in Saudi Arabia. A lady, a Fulani lady, a Fulani lady from the north was caught for drug offense in Saudi Arabia. Federal government have to do everything possible to bring her back home. They did everything possible, and at last they succeeded and bring her back home, claiming that she was innocent. But the same thing happened to a Southerner, and they refused to go and stand for with him. Even when the boy was killed, it was only the human rights that attended his vigil. They organized a vigil to him until when he's killed. Nobody came to represent him. There was no representation. that is the country we have found ourselves, where some people are treated differently, and we cannot be part of it. It doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you say, we don't want to be part of it. Go to the street and hear what they are saying, the way they are laying their emphasis, the way they are making their defense. You will know we are not one people. Listen to the street.
But they should not take him to US. Let him just do our own thing here. So I think it's better. What is he going to do in the US? Don't we have a judiciary here? We have judiciary, we have everything here at our disposal, so we can do his own judgment here. So you don't need to carry him to anywhere else.
I think he should be extradited to the US to face the law there, like every other person related to issue of who is agitating for his sovereignty, Nnamdi Kanu on the Rex, that they were extradited. He should equally be extradited to face the law in US there.
Well, if he has a case to answer there, you should feel free. You should honor the invitation. If he's not having anything skeleton in his cupboard, I believe he's a police officer, he's a law enforcement agent. You should honor the invitation, to clear his integrity.
Honestly, what I'm seeing about Abba Kyari is just a conspiracy. There are some cabals and the invisible hands that don't want this country to go further. So they see that his effort is being praised. So they want to use their own power or their own conspiracy to just tarnish that man. So what I'm seeing in that thing, there are some people that are doing some atrocities in this country. So they don't want that man to continue. That is what I'm seeing about that thing. So although they are trying to set him off, that is my own conclusion about that man.
So you think it's a setup?
It's a setup. It's a setup. They should not take him to US. Let him just do our own thing here. So I think it's better. What is he going to do in the US? Don't we have a judiciary here? We have judiciary. We have everything here at our disposal. So we can do his own judgment here. So you don't need to carry him to anywhere else.
Well, if you ask for my opinion, I would think that the drama in this country is too much. So since the Hush Puppy case was taken to the US, so if this matter also, as it is trending now, that is linked to him, maybe he should just move to the US and do the trial, whatever, over there. Personally, I've lost trust in this country or in the government. So anything they are doing here, I will not say I'll be confident with it. Because he's the IG of police, for crying out loud, and he wants the government also to try him or do investigation. Everything they will find out would seemingly be covered up. So that's what me I think. So the best way, the way that Hush Puppy's case was handled, so I think since it is linked, it should also be handled that way. That's just my own opinion.
Well, to me, it's not good. And secondly, I'm not a police officer, and people used to say Abba Kyari happened to be one of the best police we ever have. Anything's coming, anybody can be implicated. It may be true, it may not be true. That's all.
So you don't think it should be?
Yeah. The Nigeria should handle it and send a message back to SIB in US.
Yeah, I feel so. Since he has been indicted over there, he should go there and free himself. If he feels that he has no case to answer, if he feels that his hands are clean, let him go there and clear his name. You understand? And make the whole world know that he has no hand in what he has been indicted for. That is what I'm saying. You understand? Yes, that's the way I look at it. And over here, I'm sorry to say, to get justice in Nigeria, I don't know why we are finding it difficult to set things straight. You understand me? When we see black, we are likely to say this is white, when everybody knows the truth. You understand? That is it, favoring some individuals when they go into crime, and punishing some individuals which are not supposed to be punished. So that is the way I look at it.
So you think justice will not be served in Nigeria?
Yes, the way I look at things now, the way things are going here, if let him go there and free himself, you understand, and say and clear his name, you understand. That's the way I look at it. Yes. We have had a lot of investigations, and when things happen, they say they are setting up panels. At the end of the day, people will not even get the results. That is why I feel that he should go there and clear his name.
Yeah, you know, he's a good police officer. So with my own point of view, if he knows that what he did is not wrong, he should go to the US and go and face the law there and prove himself.
From what we heard in social media, FBI invited him, and I think it's a court in order that he should come for interrogation. So it's a law enforcement agent, an officer. So he should honor the invitation and go and clear his name and integrity. If he has nothing to hide in his cupboard, I believe he should go.
No. Why he should not be extracted to US? Because it is not the first stop. Yeah, it's not the first stop. Because taking it to the US when we have Nigeria here that can handle this stuff, it's not really an advised stuff to take it to the US. Can be handled here proper, because if we can understand the issue at hand and thinking of how to amend this country, is a reason we handle such matter, so that it can really serve as a dictate, an example to other cases that are arising in the nation.
No, it should be established in US. You understand, so that it can face the law in US there, because there since them the senior officers in Nigeria are involving in such crime like this, man, like it should be called to law. You understand, so I can face his charges.
You know what I'm seeing, honestly speaking, there is internal conspiracy and there is international conspiracy. So if you go there, the thing will be worse than in our own country here. That is what I'm seeing.
This is not a call from our village, chief, or this is FBI inviting you. So I don't think FBI will just want to do a drama, and this, the status of the United States as a world police. So you should go. If he doesn't have anything to hide in his cupboard, he should go.
What you have to understand is that nobody is above the law. If you are faulty about the law, you have to face the consequences. Because in Nigeria, there are some laws who are not abiding. But US follow procedure. So I think, for my own opinion, you have to go there and face the accountants, and others will learn from it. And to know that our country is a place where you have to repair, not to steal or not to do evil things. That is my opinion.
If the law says so, then it should be extradited to US and face the judgment. But if not, I think the Nigerian government should do something about it.
I think it depends on where the law. It depends on where the case is handling now. If it is handling in US, you should go and face it, because it was the comment was made from there, and he should go there and clarify himself. I think it should be better, because coming to Nigeria is not where the case is being handling. So I don't think of doing it in Nigeria is not. He should go down there to face the charge. I think that would be better.
Many Nigerians are suffering from the loathing that have taken from this country, so there's no need, because if they bring him back here, you see the same thing. They will not treat him to the law. But if they take him there, he will face the judgment. So you need to face the law over there, not here. Because Nigeria is so corrupt that if they bring him come here, problem will be. That's why I prefer they should do it there. No, they should not bring him here.
If he's guilty, it should be. If he's guilty, it should be.
Why not?
Because Nigeria, they will do cover up. They will cover everything up, because there is corruption in Nigeria. They will back him up and everything will die just like that if he's guilty. So I think the best thing to take it is to take him to US That would be the best. Because Nigeria corruption is too much. And that is why we are suffering in this country. That's what I'm saying.
After watching this and so many other examples, you will know that this country is not supposed to be one and can never be. It doesn't matter what you do, they can never be one. These are two different nations. Two different nations with different kinds of ideology. I can understand there are some Christians in the northern part of Nigeria who seem to have the same ideology with those of us in the southern part of Nigeria. But what can we say? We have to fight for our life, first of all, to be alive. When we succeed and become alive, then we can now be able to go and rescue our brother. If need be, we can give them a landing space in Biafra land, which our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has even promised on his live show. He promised Coker, or Bishop Coker, when Bishop Coker was talking about one Nigeria. You remember, our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu promised that Biafra will give them a landing space, will give them a land where they will strive and live like humans, if that is their fear. But the most important thing, every ethnic group should rise up and fight for life. This is a fight for life. It's a fight for life. It is a fight for life, and the only way for you to secure your life, for you to get out of this very contraption called Nigeria, break up. That is the only way you can survive. Restructuring cannot save you because they will surely migrate and come in again. Restructuring cannot save you, in as much as even the restructuring, they have rejected it. Anything that will make Nigeria manageable have been rejected by this Fulani Janjaweed. So what are you waiting for? The only solution that will put an end to every other discussion is a breakup, so that people will go their separate ways, live a life that will be beneficial to them and prosper. That is what we're asking for. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless everyone that is genuinely fighting for freedom. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike Abiama prosper him, give him good health, give him strength more and more, give him more word to send to us so that we can continue to fight this battle to the end. May Chukwu Okike Abiama protect Sunday Igboho, protect Sunday Igboho wherever he is. In his case, he shall be free very, very soon. He will be free. Nothing will hold him down. Every other person fighting for freedom, genuinely in that country called Nigeria, must surely be free. We will all be free, and we will sing a joyful song in that glorious land that we are heading to very, very soon. Biafra will emerge, Urudua will emerge, everybody will be free, and we will rejoice. That is why you have to speak up. Don't be silent. Do not be silent. This is not the time to be silent. This is not the time to run under your bed. This is the time to speak louder than ever, because our supreme leader is praying for you and I every day, and he is paying the sacrifice for you and I. We don't have to let him down. As he is fighting, even in the prison, he is fighting for you and I, praying for you and I. What of us who are outside? Why should we be silent? We have to continue to talk. May Almighty God guide and protect us. May Chukwu Okike Abiama give us the strength to survive in every trial and continue to move forward. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next.